1844, Edo. An era of absolute control. The Tokugawa Shogunate, through the Tenpo reforms, strictly cracked down on political dissent, luxurious art, and violent depictions. But in the shadows of Edo, one artist stood tall against the authorities. His name was Utagawa Kuniyoshi. He painted not peaceful landscapes or beautiful courtesans, but nightmares, monsters, vengeful spirits, forbidden sorcery, and blood-soaked battlefields. Kuniyoshi hid sharp political satires within mythological stories, sending the common people of Edo into a frenzy. Today, we decode the hidden truths beneath the ink. We will deconstruct 5 of Kuniyoshi's most eerie masterpieces and the legends the shogunate tried to erase. But first, let us step into the Ukiyo-e Shadows. Our first destination is Kuniyoshi's most famous masterpiece, Takiyasha the Witch and the Skeleton Specter. Soma no Furudairi, a colossal skeleton rips through a tattered palace screen, reaching for a terrified samurai. But this is not just a monster painting. It is the tragic end of a bloody rebellion. In 939, Taira no Masakado, a powerful samurai, staged a massive rebellion against the imperial court, declaring himself the new emperor. The revolt was brutally crushed. Masakado was decapitated, and his clan was ordered to be slaughtered. Yet, one young girl survived. Masakado's daughter, Princess Satsuki, driven by grief and intense vengeance, she fled to the deep forests of Mount Tsukuba. There, she performed forbidden curse rituals for 21 days, trading her soul to the mountain spirits for toad magic. She transformed into the witch, Takiyasha. She returned to her father's ruined fortress, Soma, summoning the spirits of fallen soldiers. When the court's elite samurai, Oyano Taro Mitsukuni, came to slay her, she did not draw a sword. Instead, she unrolled a scroll of dark magic. The air froze, and the ground cracked. Rising from the abyss was the Gashadokuro, a giant skeleton monster forged from the bones and grudges of thousands of soldiers who died on the battlefield. While original legends described countless human-sized skeletons filling the room, Kuniyoshi made the groundbreaking decision to unify them into one giant titan. This visual of a colossal humanoid monster destroying structures to attack became the direct ancestor of Japanese horror and modern anime beast designs like Attack on Titan. In our second painting, a legendary hero faces an invisible predator. The title is Earth Spider at the mansion of Minamoto no Yorimitsu. It depicts the great warrior, Minamoto no Yorimitsu, lying bedridden, pale and shivering from a mysterious fever. Behind him, the Tsuchigumo, Earth Spider, a colossal beast with countless glowing eyes, lurks in the shadows, spinning its webs to drain his life. Meanwhile, his guardians, the 4 heavenly kings, play a game of Go, completely oblivious to the threat. In Japanese folklore, the Tsuchigumo is a demon that takes human form to spread disease. In the legend, Yorimitsu wakes just in time, slashes the spider with his sword, and destroys its nest. But when Kuniyoshi published this print in 1843, the citizens of Edo read a completely different meaning. Under the Tenpo reforms, the shogunate imposed extreme austerity on the public, leading to starvation and unemployment. The commoners immediately saw the subtext. The feverish, weak Yorimitsu represented the ineffective shogun. The guardians playing games in front of him represented the corrupt officials ignoring the people's suffering. And the lurking earth spider represented the growing rage of the common people, ready to overthrow the government. The print was banned almost immediately, and Kuniyoshi was interrogated by the police. However, the message had already spread across Edo, igniting the spirit of rebellion. What if your past sins returned to haunt you on your deathbed? The third masterpiece, The Haunted Vision of Taira no Kiyomori, depicts the terror of guilt and madness. Taira no Kiyomori was a ruthless dictator who ruled 12th century Japan. He burned down opposing temples, slaughtered his rivals, and held on to absolute power. But in his final years, he fell ill with a mysterious burning fever. It was said that the heat radiating from his body was intense enough to be felt from steps away. Kuniyoshi depicts the feverish Kiyomori staring out at his snow-covered garden. However, he is not looking at a peaceful winter scene. Through his guilt and madness, the snowdrifts transform into a mountain of bleached bones. The snow-laden pine trees become giant skeletal arms, and the stone garden lanterns glare back at him as hollow eye sockets. The entire garden becomes a mass grave of his victims, to his wife standing behind him. It is just a normal snowy day. Kiyomori died in agony, terrified by the ghosts of his own making. Kuniyoshi perfectly captured the ultimate karmic dread of a dying tyrant. Our fourth piece is one of Edo's most feared ghost stories, the ghost of Asakura Togo. Asakura Togo was a real-life, kind-hearted village headman in the 17th century. His village was starving under a cruel lord's heavy taxes. To save his people, Togo risked his life to directly petition the shogun, a capital offense. The shogun accepted Togo's plea and lowered the taxes, but the humiliated local lord retaliated brutally. He arrested Togo and, in an act of pure malice, executed Togo and his innocent young children by crucifixion. Bound to the cross, forced to watch his children die first, Togo swore a terrifying curse. "My soul will become a vengeful ghost, and I will haunt your lineage to the end of time." Kuniyoshi captures the moment this curse is fulfilled. The pale ghost of Togo, still bound to the wooden cross, manifests in the Lord's bedchamber. The room is whipped by cold winds and bathed in an eerie green light. The Lord's wife cowers in terror as the martyr's ghost glares down with furious eyes. According to legend, Togo's ghost haunted the castle for years, driving the Lord's wife to madness and eventually destroying his entire clan. Kuniyoshi's print was a warning to the rulers of his time. Do not underestimate the oppressed. Their rage outlives their bodies. Our final masterpiece is The Ghost of the Taira clan at Daimotsu Bay. A grand spectacle of the dead rising to claim the living. It shows the Genji hero, Minamoto no Yoshitsune, and his loyal men caught in a violent storm in Daimotsu Bay. But the towering waves crashing against their ship are not just water. Each crest of spray shapes the ghostly silhouettes of the Taira clan, whom Yoshitsune defeated at the Battle of Dan no Ura. From the depths rises the massive specter of Taira no Tomomori, the general who committed suicide by tying himself to a heavy anchor. Vengeful Taira samurai emerge from the mist, thrusting their spears toward the ship. The entire sea is possessed by the rage of the dead. It is said the crabs in this bay still bear the angry faces of the drowned, a legend known as the Heike crabs. In this desperate moment, Yoshitsune's loyal monk warrior, Benkei, steps to the bow. Instead of drawing a weapon, he clutches his prayer beads and chants Buddhist prayers. The clash between Benkei's prayers and the Taira curse rages until the spirits slowly sink back into the dark abyss. Kuniyoshi's dynamic composition shows that the blood spilled in war remains in the sea, returning as karma. Utagawa Kuniyoshi passed away in 1861, just years before the collapse of the Tokugawa Shogunate. The era of samurai and shoguns is gone, but the monsters and ghosts he painted live on. Kuniyoshi's art proved that while rulers can ban words, they can never control the imagination. He used monsters to scream the truth from the darkness. Which ukiyo-e pulled you in the most? The Curse of the Giant Skeleton, or Kiyomori's Garden of Skulls? Let us know in the comments. If you want to explore more dark Japanese history and the hidden mysteries of ukiyo-e, please subscribe and turn on notifications. There are many more stories sleeping in the shadows. Until next time, see you in the shadow world.